Welcome to another video of Master Vocal Editing. In this pro video, I'm going to show you some of the plugins that I use as far as the UAD package to sweeten vocals while I'm mixing and before I start editing something. Yeah, so here is a vocal session performed by Tim Davis.
Dun, 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 dun. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Do it, here we come, here we go. We gotta rock, 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 rock. Easy come, easy go. Now we on top, 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 top. Nail this shot, body rock, rock it up.
Okay, so that gives you the gist of it. Now, as you can see, everything's centered, everything's the same level. It's all raw vocals as they were recorded. I usually, before I edit, I want to get the song sounding as close as possible to what it's going to be finished. So when I start mixing something, I always go for the foundation, the bass. In which case, we have a vocal bass right here. And I'm going to show you my first favorite UAD plugin. I have been using this guy on everything lately. It's just so freaking good. Neve 1073 channel. Even just adding it on puts such a nice color on the sound. What I usually go for on the bass with this plugin is a nice full sound enhancement. A lift of the lows, with a little bit of the high. A little bit of that. You're gonna see with these plugins, it's hard to exaggerate something and make it sound bad. This is why I love these plugins. My second favorite one, which you'll see me use in a lot of vocals, is the Teletronics LA2A. It's very warm sounding. Usually this is about the amount of dB reduction that I like. And two little tricks that I like to do with the bass are chorus and subharmonic frequencies to enhance the low end. For this, I like to use aux tracks, and I just put it in the inserts. This gives me the ability to blend the sounds in because I'm creating a new sound. I'm molding the bass sound by adding frequencies without touching the original. That usually I go for the air chorus and my favorite from Waves, which would be low air. We're going to throw the mix all the way up, and what we're going to do is blend in the sound. Starting with this. Now you can hear how the bass now has a lot more resonant frequencies on the bottom end, and it not only sounds bigger, but thanks to the chorus, it sounds wider and fuller. Now if we play it along with the rest, which is the most important part. Dun, 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 dun. want to lower it first. And for this, I actually like to do is do it this way in order to not change the blend that I have.
I got a feeling.
So this is before. This is after. And you'll see now when the other guys are blended in, it'll be nice and thick and rich. But I now introduce the 1176 AE version, which is a darker sounding version of the Whiteface or even the LN, in my opinion. It just keeps things in place while still keeping them punchy, and it has a great mid-range character on vocals, especially. It just makes them pop a little more without making the mid-range sound harsh. I set an attack of 5 and a release of 7 because I want the compression active for a long time, but I want to give it a little punch. So instead of setting it at 3 or 1, I'm going to do it at 5.
I got a feeling.
And you see, sometimes you don't need to do much. That to me is enough. I don't feel like I need to whip out an EQ right now. We'll see how it goes once you start getting everything in there. I'm going to go ahead and give it a... Well, actually, let's try the same. I'm going to go ahead and give it the same plug-in here.
I got a feeling.
Go for the lead.
I got a feeling.
Going for the brighter version of the 1176.
I got a feeling. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight.
I do like to make a double compression chain, so we'll see if this works. The vocal sounds fairly compressed coming in to tape, so we'll see if it works.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
As for the drums, we'll have another video lesson on what I do to make those pop. But this right now is good enough for me to start editing, going at it. I don't mind the peaking. This is not a final mix. If anything, I'll adjust the output every now and then. But then I would, depending on the song, add some reverbs. Just to keep everything in context, because when you put things in context, you don't do too much, and it's easier to know when you're doing too little. So that's the point of all this before you start editing. Now, I'm going to show you one of my favorite reverb plugins. Any single one of these settings is amazing. Usually solo isolate them, 20 and 30. I'll go ahead and add them on the paths, the rhythm section.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night.
You see it created some depth, and it pushed them back, and it kept my lead vocal at the front. That's because I don't have any reverb on the lead, but I do have it on the backgrounds, and the lead has a nice amount of compression on it. So there you have it. These are 5 of my favorite vocal mixing plugins used before editing or as I'm mixing. I usually like to use them before I start editing so that I can hear things in context and make sure that I'm focusing on the right things and maintaining a creative approach. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments.